Good evening, good evening, good evening, and happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Thank you guys so much for joining me this evening on. Oh, Jesus, where all the broadcasts and stuff? Wait a minute now. That's okay. We're going to keep it moving. We are here with Wealthy Women Lifestyle. I am the Nicole Johnson, founder of Wealthy Women Lifestyle, where I teach women to define and achieve their goal of financial freedom so that they can begin to live life on their own terms. I was looking for our logo. I don't see it, but you know what? Time keeps ticking, ticking, ticking into the future. So, listen, we have been going through our 21-day financial fast, and I am so excited about the aha moments and the takeaways that people are sharing in the community. And so, we're going to touch bases on that just a little bit later on into the thank you, sweetie. We're going to touch bases on that a little bit later in the broadcast. But I want to talk to you tonight about self care. It is one of the most important, yet the most neglected form of relaxation that a lot of women uh, overlook. Sometimes most of the time, it's not intentional. Most of the times, it is not intentional that we overlook our self care. And so, to help me discuss this topic a little bit more and more in depth and with some vigor and a little bit of flash and flair. We have our very own Leanne Dulce of the Wake Up Happy Sis show, and she is our resident self care strategist. So, Leanne, welcome, 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 welcome. How are you, my dear?
I am fabulous, living my best life every day.
It-
Thank you for having me here. What we
Listen,
do here, we live our best life every day. We
every
wake
day, look,
wake up
day.
every, every day. Yes.
So listen, you guys, I love it when Leanne comes into the community, when she comes onto the show. Right now, we are broadcasting live on the Wake Up Happy Sis show, all platforms across Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as YouTube for Cityscape Radio, Brownstone Worldwide Living. And I absolutely love the atmosphere that we are creating here because what I always say is that in 40, 50, 60 years, if our story is still not being told correctly, it is our fault. It's our fault because we have the access to the platforms to be able to speak what we want to see. So now it's up to us to do something with the platform that we have available to us. So, in dealing with financial wellness and dealing with financial wellness, teaching women how to deal with their money, how to deal with life circumstances around their money. One of the things that I talk about a lot is practicing self care, right? Because if you don't take time to refuel and rejuvenate yourself, you are going to get to a point where you cannot pour from an empty cup. And so, Leanne, I want to take this time again to say thank you for joining me tonight. You know how we get down. You know how we get down. This is two out of three of the triplets, the power triplets, the prayerful triplets, and all things accountability. But Leanne, let me ask you. So I know, for me, getting into the financial space began when I started helping women trying to overcome the home buying process. Tell us today, how did you exactly get started with your journey in helping women with self care?
Um, I mean that goes a ways back, right? So I feel like I've always been in this space. I just didn't realize it, right?
Mm,
But I would say unofficially, I started. When did I start my magazine? Before I became Wake Up Happy Sis, I owned a magazine called Natural Roots, and it was the first, the largest um, lifestyle magazine that was dedicated specifically to Black women with natural hair.
okay.
And that was, I would honestly say, my first foray into helping women focus on loving themselves more. Because back when I started, that was what, 2005 ish, somewhere in there. Um, Maybe before that, 2004, 2005. when I started, natural hair still wasn't a big thing. You know,
Mm,
it
not
wasn't.
back then.
No, especially not locks. And I had locks down in my butt, and I was, and so it was my own journey with my health, and
Mm,
my wellness that really moved me into this space. And once I realized that there was a community of women that really didn't have a voice, that's what really pushed me into that space. Was I feel like I was put here to be a servant leader,
mm,
to lead by example, to help give voice to these communities and to women who didn't have that voice at that time. And then it just kind of transitioned into making products and realizing that the issue really wasn't what we were putting on our bodies. It was the pain, the trauma, the hurt, and all the things that were on the inside that
mm.
were affecting all of our, that's affecting our mind, body, and our soul. And so that's when I pivoted from products and from the natural hair space into focusing more on self care and wellness for Black women.
I love it. I love it because I too started with helping women have a voice. So wanting to make sure that, the trials and the struggles and things that I went through trying to buy my first home, um, that if I could help them overcome that or not even experience that, that was what it. But that's what how I got into launching my business. But my dream of being a servant leader, as you call it, started in eighth grade when I decided that I wanted to become an attorney. That
Mm,
was the give the voice to the people who can't speak.
mm,
And even at that young of an age, I had been in rooms where attorneys were. I had a few friends of the family that were attorneys, and I always felt like, why they look down their nose at people? Do it take all of that to be
mm.
in the job that you're in? We already know that you have police officers, and not all. Let me preface that with not all, but you
Right.
have some that have this, oh, what do you call it? This air about them, right? This above the law type of personality. And I'm like, it doesn't take all of that to do your job. And
It does.
so as I got older into, it was called elementary school back in my day. It wasn't called middle school.
Right.
We had
Right.
elementary and high school. And if anybody know what that is, you know how old we is. Don't be
That's
trying
okay.
to ask me my age.
Don't come for us. Don't come for us. Okay. Do not
you
come
know,
for us.
don't come forward. So, it was then that it was like, you know what, listen, it doesn't take all of that to be a judge. It doesn't take all of that to be an attorney. It doesn't take all of that because what you're doing is presenting yourself as if you are above the law. And so my thing was, let me show you that you can still do a good job and still be down to earth. You can be humble, you can have fun, and you don't take advantage of the rules. And
Yeah.
so that was my way of becoming um, a voice for those who were voiceless. And so when I ventured into helping women with their money issues and then their money mindset, and as that grew over the years, I realized that all we do is go, 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 go. Right? We
Mm,
just run, 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 run. And a lot of us we're presenting ourselves to take care of everyone else except ourselves.
yeah.
We are not taking care of ourselves. And so I wanted to be able to have a platform that focused on what I used to hate to hear my college counselor say. Because I would be in her office or his office going, I'm studying criminal justice. Why do I need science? Why do I need math? I'm just going to hire an expert. I don't need to know this. I'm just going to hire an expert. And they would always say the university is designed to make you a well-rounded student. I was like, but I don't want to be well-rounded. I want to get my criminal justice degree.
I don't want to be well
I don't
rounded.
want to be well-rounded. But as time went on, Now I'm seeing that the moms are wearing all the hats. They're the driver, the chauffeur, they're the chef, they're the teacher at home. They're doing the laundry, they're ironing, they're prepping, they're meal prepping, right? They're helping students with homework. That doesn't even pertain to the stuff that they have to do for themselves. And if there's a partner, or, a relationship in the home, or organizational needs and stuff like that. And as they go on with all these different hats, you never see them say, I'm taking time, on my schedule every day or twice a week. Is this self care? So, Leanne, let me ask you this. What do you think has happened over time where people like Big Mama would go and go and go until she just ran herself raggedy, where she wasn't focusing on self care, to today where women are trying to do more about focus on self care? What was the problem then and what caused the shift, in your opinion?
I mean, there's not one thing, right? Um, that you can say was the cause, because self care and wellness is a very personal thing, right? But if we can speak in, I guess, broad generalities for a moment,
For a moment.
a lot of it to me seemed to be that you have a societal expectation and norm, right? That is put upon Black women to be the foundation, to be strong. We are strong. We're superhuman. We're not like a regular women. You then have cultural expectations that say, and these are the things that we grew up with, that nobody gets left behind in that family. If there's somebody needs to be taken care of, it happens within the family. All the things that happen in the family stay within the family, right?
Right.
So women then get this feeling and sense that, one, we've got to be superwoman. We've got to be everything for everybody and never show pain, hurt, or need, because that's weak. That's where this superwoman thing came from. It came from us having to always be being forced into resilience, being forced into being the strong woman, being forced into being the head of the household. That started with slavery,
Mm, come
right?
on.
So then you move into the industrial revolution and women have to take up arms, and now they're having to go out of the home and work, right? So there was little time, but they still had to be home cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the house and the kids and everybody else. So women have never, especially Black women, have never had that ability to rest. They've never
Okay.
just had that ability to say, you know what? Because what was grandmama going to do? She was going to take care of her kids, her children's kids, the neighbors' kids, kids she ain't even know, right? Though grandma's house was that safe haven. So a lot of times women didn't feel they had the luxury of self care. And that's the crazy part. Self care being a luxury is always a crazy
Right.
thought to me, but that's how people thought about it. I'm going to make sure that my family is taken care of, because for me to focus on myself is selfish.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't be selfish. We've always been taught to think of others before ourselves.
Right.
Now
Right.
women now, they're realizing that, you know what, I don't have to be everything to everybody,
Yeah.
right? They're realizing I can go get professional help because I am hurting and I don't know where to go with all of this pain and trauma and things that I've been left with. I don't want to just keep moving and keep acting like it pain don't hurt, you know?
Mm,
So now we are being told and being shown that it's okay to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is a strength. It allows you to have a deeper connection with yourself and a deeper connection with others around you. And we realizing that it's okay. And then you have people like me who are saying, "She, you better put yourself first."
listen, if this is resonating with our audience, go ahead and type in the chat and say, I know, because I know exactly where she's coming from.
Mhm.
And I love it because over time, everything that was done back then does not need to continue to be repeated, right? It doesn't need to be repeated, right? My grandmother baked a cake a certain way, I repeat those steps. She made her dressing a certain way, I repeat those steps. It was some other things she did. I was like, ain't no way in the world.
But even over time, you're gonna start doing that cake a little different. You're gonna realize that, this may not be so healthy. Maybe I'm going to put this in it instead of that. I'm gonna
Or
use this
maybe I'm
kind
gonna
of
call a
process.
girl down the street and pay her to do it. How about
Right.
that?
Right, because we have to start having and making our own traditions and defining success on our terms. And that's where it all begins, is
Right.
challenging these norms and these stereotypes and these isms that
Oh,
we've grown up with.
yes, the isms, and just because you learn, it's always, and this is what I hate, even in the professional realm, it's always been done this way, so we keep doing it this way. And
Hate
I'm
it.
like, just because it's been done this way doesn't mean it's been done correctly, or
Exactly.
that there's not a more efficient and effective way to do it. So I love the fact that women as a whole, overall, are starting to embrace the concept of change
Yeah,
and understanding that if when you get on an airplane and they tell you put your own mask on first, that is what I tell the community: put your own mask on first.
hmm,
Because you don't even know that if you put that person's mask on, you don't even know if they're going to turn around and help you put yours on.
yeah,
They trying to help the person next to them, and then you are left out, and no telling what could happen. So, Leon, when I think about self care, and self care is different for everyone, and I've heard you say that many times. Um, because self care doesn't have to always be the massage and the long vacation, right? Sometimes it's I need to change my atmosphere. Let me get up away from this desk. Let
that's
me
right.
take about 10 minutes to walk around. Maybe I'm gonna walk around the building one lap. Maybe I'm just gonna go outside and stand in a corner somewhere and get fresh air.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you personally prioritize your self-care?
Well, I mean, like you said, self care is those nice things, but self care is also doing the work, the healing work, and being on that healing journey. That's self care too. Everybody only wants to talk about the fun part of self care. Oh, I'm going to the spa. Oh, I'm going, to buy some candles. I'm about to run this bath and drink this wine and da da da. Those are all wonderful things. Do not get me wrong.
Right.
I
Right.
will pamper thyself. I'm a pamper myself.
To
My bed
thine own self be
my
pampered.
bed waiting on me at all times, okay? But to me, when I think of self care, I think of what are the things that are going to help replenish my spirit. And sometimes that means I have to sit in the pain and sit in the trauma so that I can get through it. So I can
Mhm.
process it and I can start that healing journey so that all of these negativities, all the trauma, all the baggage and things that we've been left with do not continue to reside in my spirit, because my spirit can only hold so much, right?
Mm.
Have you ever just felt heavy and
Ooh,
you don't even know why? That's spiritual heaviness sometimes. And we're carrying the weight of the world and everybody's problems on our shoulders, and we don't even know how to let it go. So
right.
for me, self care is one, doing the hard work. Okay, I just bought a couple of journals um, about doing shadow work and stuff like that. Because even me, even the self care strategist, your chief self love officer over here, even I still have trauma and things that come up that I have to I have to live through, relive, process through, heal from.
Yeah.
Right. So I do that, and then I do all the fun things too. Don't get me wrong, because
There's a balance. There's a
I'm a
balance.
baby. I am a massage. I need to message my massage guy, Adam. Anyway, okay. You know somebody fancy when their name is Adam. It's spelled Adam, but he was like, my name is Adam. Okay, Adam. Hey, is
I
that what they
can't.
say? All I know is Adam is gifted with them hands. Okay, so he could have me call him Butter Pecan Pie. I will call him that gladly.
I
So
can't.
I'm just saying, Find out what self-care is to you, what makes you happy,
Yeah.
what brings you joy, what helps bring you out of a sorrowful or depressive thing. I suffer from depressive episodes. I wouldn't say I'm depressed, clinically depressed, but like all of us, we have a lot of shit going on in our life. And
Yeah.
I have to have ways to get myself out of that. And
Yeah.
self-care helps me do that.
Yeah, that's excellent. I appreciate that. I was talking to a lady earlier today, and she said that she suffers from seasonal depression with
Yes,
the
see.
longer days being, more of darkness than there is light. And I
Mhm.
told her, I said, if there is if that is a diagnosis, that's one thing. And so I'm gonna tell you what happened with me. Somebody spoke it and I assumed it, right? And so it was I led myself to be in a state of depression because it was wintertime. All right. And when I finally told I was in therapy for other reasons, they asked, have you been clinically diagnosed? No. And when I told him how it came about, he said, so you let somebody else diagnose you and you just, I said, you know what? You right. I'm with you when you right. So I said that to say you have to be careful who you allow to speak things over you, and then you will turn around and assume them. So it's nice to always remain in a circle of people that are going to speak positivity into
Mhm.
your environment, into your situation, into your circumstances, even when you can't speak it for yourself, right? So if
Yeah.
Leanne calls me and says, "Hey, it's not such a good day," I'm like, "Friend, what's going on?" And then before long, we're always talking about something that's going to help uplift her. She can't get off the phone. She can't get out the meeting with the same I'm feeling down energy. Okay, you can be down for a moment, but we don't stay there because life can be overwhelming. So you have to really be certain, like they say, don't let everybody pray for you because you don't know what they're praying for. Cannot let everybody speak over you, and then develop your own sense of affirmation so that when Leanne can't call me at 2 in the morning because she know I am knocked all the way out, but she might be up and can't sleep. One of the things I did to help myself with that is a gratitude jar. So
Mhm.
on a regular basis, on an index card, I am thankful for God has been good to me because of whatever your affirmation is that makes you see the good part of life, so that when you can't call on somebody, you can encourage yourself. So I encourage all of you to create some kind of gratitude jar for things that you're thankful for, because there are going to be times when the people that you tend to depend on might not be available. So, what can you do for yourself? So, Leanne, do you? I know you said you journal. Do you? I know you big on affirmations. Lord knows she big on affirmations. So,
Mhm.
when you can't reach out to talk to someone, what do you do for your self care to kind of help get that push to come on the other side of a bad situation or a bad state that you might be in?
I mean, my first note is never to contact somebody else. That's never my first go-to, right? Because we all have everything that we need within us to heal us. Our bodies and our souls are meant to heal, right?
Mhm.
But sometimes some things are bigger than what we can handle by ourselves, right? But the first thing I'm going to do is pray. That's going to always be the first thing I do. I'm going to talk to Sky Daddy and I'm going to pray and I'm going to put it in his hands. Don't judge me because I call him Sky Daddy. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put it in his hands first, right?
Mhm.
So I go internal first. I'm going to work through, I believe that you have to head into the storm. We have to address things head on so that we can move on, The faster you get through the storm when you head into it, you get through it so much faster than running from it. And now you're being overtaken by all of that. So I'm always going to start with me. I'm going to go to my affirmations. I'm going to journal. I'm going to listen to music. I listen to solfeggio frequencies, which are different kind of healing and manifestation and abundance. I have a playlist, and it's nothing like you probably think of regular music. It's not. It's just dings and frequencies and just something to help get your mind and your brain waves moving in a more positive direction. So I'll listen to that. I'm going to read. I'm going to do things that make me happy and that feed my soul, right? Then I'm going to pray about it. And then I'll reach out and talk to people about it, right?
Mhm.
Talking to people is never going to be my first, and that's just me personally.
Right.
I recommend that people find what are the things that work for them. You have to have a self care toolkit of sorts, of things that help you. What are playlists? Create your own Spotify happy playlist, right? If I'm really depressed, I don't want to listen to sad music, to whatever, right? I'm gonna try and listen to like some Lil Jon. I'm gonna try and get more upbeat, more hype music. I might have some of my little gutter music. You don't know what I'm gonna listen to, right? Get up and dance around the house, do things that feed your spirit so that you can get out of that mode. The more you feed your body, your mind, your soul with positivity, you're training your brain to focus on the positive and not the negative. And things like affirmations, things like speaking life into yourself and all that, looking at yourself in the mirror and speaking these things really does work. It helps rewire your brain. So that's what I'm going to do at all times.
I love it. I love it. And if you're watching us or catching us on the replay, feel free to type in the chat things that work for you. I believe in having things available because I'm a music buff. So I have different playlists like she does. And it depends on the mood I'm trying to get into. I have my praise and worship music where there are certain songs that will just evoke so much emotion that I can have my own church sermon right here through
Mm-hmm.
this music, right? I can have it right here. But then there are some songs that are just, those songs that say, keep going. They're just pushing songs, because I need to be able to push past whatever this is. It's some songs that make me want to just grab my pillow, my comfy blanket, and something warm to drink and just cuddle like I'm wrapped in his arms. Then I got that music that listen, I had to raise this table up because I got to get my uh,
Gotta get it.
gotta
Move it.
get, gotta hit it, gotta get it and hit it. So
That's what we do.
the thing is to position yourself to support yourself. It's always good to have a good circle, but what happens when you can't reach that circle? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to be working and they're working. Y'all can't be talking and talking and talking, right? Um, so I believe in being able to be somewhat self-sufficient in addition to the support system. You call on what you need when you need it. And that very much is a part of self-care. I have done shadow work. Listen, that shadow work ain't no joke.
It
That is
ain't
no
no.
joke. That ain't no joke because it's designed to look at you. See, the thing that we have to understand is that our happiness is not in someone else's hand.
It's
Our
not.
happiness is in ourselves, right? Circumstances happen, situations happen. Some things we have control over, some things we don't. But the bottom line is that we have to figure out, how do I be happy whether no matter what the circumstances look like. People back when I was growing up, I would hear adults saying, you want to find somebody that completes you. So what, I'm supposed to be a half person until I find that person?
Yeah, yeah.
Who want to be half all their life? No, I want to be a completely whole individual
That's
that
right.
gels and meshes and connects with a completely whole individual, and we make a good couple. That is different. That is different.
Mhm.
So one of the things that we are doing over in my community, which is the Wealthy Women Lifestyle, here on over on Facebook, is we are in the midst of our 21-day financial fast. We're doing this book by Michelle Singletary, and each day we have a lesson. And tonight's lesson is day 12, but it's also the first lesson in part three, which is fasting to avoid financial trauma. And what I love about this tool, as you can see, I've already got pages that are tabbed because we read this book several times throughout the year as a community. And I tell them, encourage them to get them a pen, have a marker, and when you're reading, highlight things that stand out to you. And I
Mhm.
encourage them to write the date and the time so that when we read the book again, does the lesson hit the same way?
Right.
Right? Does the lesson mean the same thing? Does it feel the same way? Because when it feels differently, that's a mark of growth because the
Mm.
book is the same. You are now
They're
different.
different. Yeah, you are changed.
And it means something different to you. So tonight's lesson is the devil is in the debt. Debt is dangerous, and their assignment is to make a complete debt reduction worksheet. And so this is our month where we are focused on um, savings. They are on a no spend challenge for this month. They are increasing their savings. And then we are using the 21-day financial fast as a resource to help them to create the habit of saving. And
Okay.
what I love, again, another thing that I love is that they're really easy reads. They're really easy reads. So if you want to join us over in the Facebook community, there it is. Just search Wealthy Women Lifestyle on Facebook so that you can be in a community of like minded individuals that are tracking towards the same thing. When I say I teach and define women to achieve their goal of financial freedom, it looks different for the majority of them. You have some women who are in their early, mid to early 30s where it looks like one thing, whereas then you have someone in their 40s, they're closer to, they're focused on retirement, or they might be focused on promotion and then retirement, whereas you have some ones who are in their mid 50s, it's just about the retirement, baby, how I'm getting up out of here and how I will
Mhm.
not be the Walmart greeter when I retire. So the goals may be different. What they're trying to achieve may be different. However, the process by which we reach those goals are the same. Okay. We create a roadmap. The things that are on the roadmap are different. We have a
Yeah.
reduction plan. The amount of debt is going to be different. So all of that includes a process of self care for them, because a lot of women are suffering in silence with anxiety and stress because their finances are out of whack. And so, as we go through this process, we are now reducing that debt, creating a plan to reduce that debt, creating a plan to increase that savings, and get more financially stable, and then start building wealth. So, those things are all working together. And so, what I love now is I want to shift over to the Wealthy Women Lifestyle is putting on its first annual
Yeah.
Business Empowerment Retreat. So, yes.
We
So
need some. We need some. What do you call it? We need to put some pew 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 pew, like little sound,
little
like
celebratory
clap.
noises.
We need
Yes, some little confetti and
we
stuff.
need to clap. We need to. We need to. I'm gonna add some.
So,
I'm gonna add some.
okay, so that's Leanne's thing for sure. I'm gonna clap right here. But we are doing our first live 5-day retreat here in Dallas, Texas, January 16th through the 20th, where we are coming together so that you can escape scarcity and burnout and exhaustion so that you can experience clarity, renewal, and rejuvenation. And every time I start working with that, I have to remind myself of what we're coming to do. And I love the sound of it. Sometimes I'll play water waves because water is relaxing to me. And so, what I know is that a lot of you are not taking um, or focusing on you. Well, when you come to this retreat, the speakers, the people, the atmosphere, the environment is going to be you focused, right? I gave them an assignment for those who have already registered and gotten their tickets. Their assignment is before they leave out the front door, okay, before they leave out the front door, gather up their stress, their anxiety, their worries, whatever it is that's causing them to have heartburn and not sleep at night, whether that be a person or some people,
Huh.
whether it's the job, whether it's the finances, put it all in a bag. And if you're brave enough, throw that mess in the garbage. Okay. But if you just too concerned about what it is, hang it on the hook inside the house. When you close that door from the other side, you should be in the mindset of nothing but happiness, relaxation, ready to have a good time. And I promise you, after that weekend, when you get back home, you'll see that bag and you either gonna one, throw it away like you should have done before you left, or you're going to be very selective about what you pick up. Because during our time together, we're going to talk about how you let go of things and how you might need to let go of some people so that you can discover how to have your own peace of mind. And when I tell you, I promise you, when you get to a level of peace where people, nothing that they say or do bothers you, baby, that it changed your whole perspective in life,
It
right?
does.
Doesn't mean that circumstances aren't difficult. Doesn't mean that you don't have challenges. What it means is that you are different and how you react to those challenges begin to look different. Okay. You're no longer stressing yourself. You're no longer putting pressure on yourself. You're no longer allowing others to break your boundaries and put pressure on you. You have grasped the concept that no, period, is a full sentence. Okay.
Amen.
Leanne, Leanne, I need $1 million. Can you give it to me?
No,
See how she said that just smooth?
complete sentence.
Just
Didn't
as
need nothing else.
I don't even think she blinked the eye,
I
but
did.
so I'm excited that this retreat will be happening here, and you can use that Bitly form, Bitly link that's on your screen to sign up for the interest form so that you can get more details as they begin to be released. You'll be in the know. But I'm even more excited about the fact that Leanne is one of our workshops. As a matter of fact, she opens up the workshop retreat on day one. Hello.
I do.
And I'm really excited about that. The community is excited about her being present because we talk about her all the time, and they're looking forward to her.
Why they keep talking about me?
They, yes, honey. They look. Listen, we have some workshops and we have some Zoom meetings, and Leanne being there giving them the 411 gems, and they'll be like, Is the naked lady coming?" I'll be like, "Yeah, she coming."
I mean, it is what I do. What I do. I
So
don't
I'm
really.
excited. So Leanne, I'm glad that you are going to be a part of the Wealthy Women Lifestyle Retreat. Do me a favor and tell the people why you decided to come on board as a workshop leader.
Because I have a mission to help 1 million Black women find out what freedom, fulfillment, and happiness really looks like in their lives by having a better and a more increased focus on their personal and or professional slash business kind of planning and strategy, right?
Mm,
And development in their lives. Um, because we have to start putting us first. We cannot continue to give out of our personal stash. We're meant to give out of our abundance only. You're supposed to be so full and replenishing your personal stock that everything you give out of is out of your abundance, is out of your overflow. Too often we are giving out of our cup. And as some of you may or probably don't know, there are 8 dimensions of wellness, and one of those dimensions of self-care and wellness is financial. And there's a strong tie between your financial wellness and your emotional, mental, physical. There's ties. They go
Yeah.
together. It's not a one or the other. And so
Right.
I definitely wanted to come and to, kind of feed into your ladies as well.
Listen, they know how particular I am about the community. And so I don't let everybody get in front of them to teach and educate them. So I am very appreciative that, you are coming. They are looking forward to it. I am looking forward to your presence there because I already know just from my own personal experience, we cut the whole rug and then some. So
Definitely.
I already know what type of experience they are going to have. And ladies, listen, if you are feeling burned out and you know it, right? People are already talking about layaways for the holidays. It's September. Okay. People are already stressing about what they have to buy for so and so and so and so. Okay. But I never hear them stressed out about what they're buying for themselves. I never
Yeah.
hear that. I always hear what they're buying for someone else, what they're doing for someone else. I want you to come and experience where someone is having that same focus on you,
Yep.
making sure that you're comfortable, making sure that all of your wellness needs during this time are met. What you're going to find is that you may not have people in your circle that you can talk to about the stresses that you're dealing with. During this time together, you're going to walk away with at least one or two people that I think you can incorporate into your circle, right? Because I hear this all the time. Is the hardest thing to see is black women work together. Well, I'm here to tell you and show you how this will be dispelled because our circle of speakers all are all black women. God bless you. Okay. Now do have one speaker. She bringing her black husband. Okay, she bringing her black husband, and I love it because they're going to be talking about walking in femininity. So, just a
Yeah.
quick breakdown. After Leanne does spends about 2 hours just pressing you on self care, and when I say pressing you, this is a fun pressing. This is going to be some emotionally released baggage that you need to let go. Okay. She gonna tap into something that you're gonna leave there on that table before that session is over. And then we're gonna have a lunch break, and then we're gonna come back with our afternoon workshop that talks about walking in your femininity. And when the speakers, when I they talked to me and they were saying something about taking off your masculinity, I said, oh, well, I didn't know, I didn't know I was weighing masculinity. And as I began to speak to my community, they were like, yeah, I am. And they're starting to see in themselves that they are. So we're going to talk about walking in that feminine grace because he created us to be graceful, to be feminine. Circumstances happen that caused us to have to walk in masculinity because men were redirected somewhere else with their masculinity. Okay, so we've got to know when to take it off and turn it off. And so for me personally, I had to realize what it looked like. Okay. And I had to realize what it looked like. And that's your Friday events. On Friday evening, we're going to have some fun, some adult games, little sip and paint, little activities, little pampering coming along. We ain't got to
Don't
be in
like a little sip sip. Don't like a little sip sip, little pamper.
But we also have our sex educator who's coming to do her full rideology class. And you'll have to catch us when we have a full panel discussion toward the end of the month where we talk about what that looks like. Because your girl is going to be up. Never mind. Anyway, on Saturday, on Saturday, we have a full panel for your vision board uh, party, your vision board planning, because if you don't have a roadmap to get to the goals that you want to accomplish, you're just life is all over the place. And so we're going to hone in on during our vision board session about creating a strategic roadmap to your goals. I promise you, this is not your traditional vision board party. There's nothing traditional about me. You actually get your own portable vision board as a part of your package. And then on Saturday night, we're going to come together and celebrate with our old school party. You know, I'm keep saying old school because that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. And so we're gonna be dropping it like it's lukewarm.
Not like it's hot. Not like it's hot and might not be able to get back up. I don't want
Okay, I do a little Luke on the stereo, and I said stereo, but we're gonna have a good time on Saturday night. And then for the VIPs, those of you who take advantage of the VIP option, we're going to have a wealthy woman's address on Sunday morning and a luncheon, and send you on your way with a full-fledged discussion with some networking with the the workshop leaders. But this is going to be the icing on the cake to change your mindset so that by the time you get back home, you're going to be so driven, so focused, so energized, so rejuvenated that that bag that's hanging there, baby, you won't have space or place for it. When it comes to those goals, you're going to be so driven and ready to go that you're going to be boom, 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 boom. Now, you know what, Nicole? I got those things done in 3 months instead of six. Now what? You're going to have such a solid community that you can go here, here, or here, here, and here to get the support and accountability that you need. I'm telling you, as they say, everything will be in the room. Everything will be in the room. And believe it or not, you're bringing a lot with you. You just haven't tapped into it yet because you're so busy being the road runner that you haven't refreshed and rejuvenated yourself to tap into it. And I'm going to help you do that. All of the workshop leaders are going to help you do that. So I do hope that you will take that link down, go ahead and get registered. So as the details begin to be released, you'll be the first one to know because the Sunday address has a cap at 35 people because we want it really to be intimate with you and us. We really want to be able to share some close time and proximity with you. So Leanne, as always, I am grateful for your participation, your friendship, your accountability. She gets on my head about things and keeps me on point. She be all up in my neck, okay? And the thing about it is that there are a lot of things as a business owner, as a black woman, that you need somebody that's gonna help you stay on track. Okay, help you stay on track. So I definitely appreciate that. So Leanne, do me a favor, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you and connect with you if they are not already.
So, first, thank you for having me. It's been fun. If you are looking to connect with me, all you have to do is head on over to any social media platform. Almost. I pretty much have a presence there, but just look up Wake Up Happy Sis. You're going to find me, wakeuphappysis.com, Wake Up Happy Sis on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. You know, you're going to find this big, beautiful bald head somewhere on the internet, on Beyonce's internet. Just look me up, Wake Up Happy Sis. That's where I'm at.
Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, Leanne. And as we are wrapping up, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, our platform leader, your girl Paulette. She's not here with us tonight, but she's always watching. Mama is always watching. Cityscape Radio, Brownstone Worldwide, Brownstone Living, Wealthy Women Lifestyle, Wake Up Happy Sis, all across all the platforms. We are excited to be able to support you on your journey, and we look forward to having you join us live in Dallas. Let me put this banner back up so you can either join us in the Facebook community group, okay? Join us over there, answer the questions, and you'll be admitted. Or be sure to like and subscribe over on the YouTube channel so that you can get notifications as to when we go live and when we open up, new content for you there. And so, but if you also want to sign up to get the information from the interest form, there's the link right there. So, Leanne, any last words for our viewers on tonight?
I would say love yourself first. That means do the work that needs to be done to heal you, to make you happy, to realize what freedom, fulfillment, and happiness really looks like in your life. And then, fuck everything else, man. Like, life is too short for us to be unhappy.
Right,
Love
right.
yourself and love others around you. That's what I say.
Well, thank you so much. And I am the Nicole Johnson, founder of Wealthy Women Lifestyle, where I teach women to define and achieve their goal of financial freedom so that they can begin to live life on their own terms. And what I would leave you guys with tonight is, like she said, put you first. Okay. But as you are putting yourself first, always make sure you have a plan. You cannot just get up and exist. Make sure you have a strategic roadmap to reach your goals. And if you don't have one and you need one, you want one because it's going to help you relieve some stress and anxiety that you are suffering in silence about. Make sure you connect with me, whether it be in the Facebook group or through the YouTube channel, so that I can provide you with some tips to help you get on your strategic roadmap to achieving your goals and your dreams. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight. And we shall see you next time on the Wealthy Women Lifestyle Podcast. Have a good night.